This is Charlene, who says on her first date she always wears her sexiest outfit. We showed her videotapes of these 3 single men, and she picked one as her date. Which one did she choose? Which one will our audience choose? And this is David, who calls himself a professional dater. Which one of these women did he choose? Which one will our audience choose? Today on Love Connection, you'll find out who they picked, who the audience picks, and everything that happened on their dates. Now, here to tell us more about Love Connection is our host, Chuck Woolery.
Welcome to the show. You know, there are more than 60 million single adults in the United States, so here on Love Connection, we've got a new way for singles to meet. Here's how it works. We've compiled a video library of hundreds of attractive and available single people. We then select some of those singles and show them 3 video tapes. After they watch the tapes, they choose the one they're most attracted to and go out on a date. Then they come here and tell us what happened on the date. Now, to begin with, we're going to meet a woman who selected a date from our video library. She was raised in Las Vegas and thinks that Los Angeles men are the cream of the crop. Please welcome Charlene Dockery. Come on up here and sing, Charlene. Cream of the crop. All right, sit down, Charlie.
Thank you.
How are Los Angelinian men, Los Angeles men, different from Las Vegas men?
Well, they're a little bit more wilder, you know.
Oh, really?
You know, if about 12 o'clock you want to jump off a balcony nude into the swimming pool, they're a little bit more willing to do it.
Something that comes up in my dating life all the time. Why didn't I think of that?
Occasionally.
You seem like kind of a strong person. You like strong men?
I like someone who doesn't give me my own way. And, you know, if I have spaghetti hanging from my mouth, he's going to say, look, you have spaghetti. You know, like some guys will just make you sit there with spaghetti from your mouth. But someone to tell me what to do and not let me tell them.
I see. I get it. Now, we know a little bit about you, so we're gonna show you at home and you in the studio audience some tapes that Charlene saw, so watch very closely. Now, first there was Joel. He was raised in Los Angeles. He says he's into girl watching, and here's what a woman should know about him.
I like a lady to know that I'm very straightforward with my feelings, and she'll always know where she stands because I'm very open about how I feel.
Okay, next there was Ian. Now, he was raised in Canada. He says he was a late bloomer, and here's what he says about marriage.
You don't have to have a piece of paper to say that you're married. You know, you can live with someone, or you can not live with someone and still feel married, you know. I mean, you can't just go straight from home, get married and go straight from home unless you're Catholic, and then just jump into it and be married. I mean, you know, you don't know. She could pick her toes at night. I don't know.
Finally, you watch Joseph. Now, he's from Rochester, New York. He has an unusual occupation. Here's what happened to him at work one day.
Funniest thing that ever happened to me is when I went and did a bachelorette party in a private home, and about a half a dozen girls attacked me with whipped cream.
Now, Charlene selected one of these guys as her date, okay? Before she tells us who it was, let's take a look at them all 3 again, okay? First, there was Joel, a 25-year-old law student. Then there was Ian. He's also 25. He's a graphic artist. Finally, Joseph, the 26-year-old exotic dancer. Okay, audience, it's time for your voting machines. Now, you've met Charlene. You've seen her choices. Who's the best man for Charlene? Here in the studio and at home, too. Please make your choice right now, okay? Okay, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to find out who you selected and everything that happened on their date. We'll be right back. A little while, we're going to find out who Charlene picked, or who the audience picked, rather. We're going to find out who Charlene picked right now. I'm going to find my place, and we'll be all right. Who'd you pick, honey?
Ian.
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 All right. On Love Connections, we always say we get both sides of the story. Now, we ask our couples not to speak to each other after their date, and we keep them apart so that they'll be a little less inhibited about telling their story. And Ian's backstage, so let's say hello to Ian Bernard. Hi, Ian. Hi. What was your first impression of Charlene? Very first time you saw her, what'd you think?
Well, I guess maybe that she was a little eccentric.
How could you tell that? I was thinking, well, okay. What happened on your day? Where'd you go? What'd you do?
Well, I decided we'd go to the Renaissance Fair.
Hold on just a minute. It's a fair, medieval kind of deal,
Yeah.
isn't it? Everybody dresses up in costumes and they go out, and it's kind of fun. It's very nice, yeah. Okay.
So I brought costumes and I picked him up, and my first impression was that he was cute, but I felt a little uncomfortable when I went in his apartment and the bed was out with the sheets rolled back.
Wait a minute.
No,
And he
I'll
kept-
be there in just a minute, Ian.
Story there.
And he kept on making this twitching noise. Like, I felt very uncomfortable. You know, he was pointing towards the bed.
Ian?
Wait a minute.
Okay, Ian, jump
First
in
of all, she didn't explain that she came an hour and a half late.
Oh.
10 minutes.
I mean, it was like I was taking a nap. I got tired of waiting.
I was 10 minutes late, and I'm glad that I was, because that was 10 minutes less.
I'm going to buy you a watch, Charlene.
Well, it turned out the Renaissance Fair wasn't that day. It was the day before and was canceled. No.
Wait a minute. Hold it. Hold everything just a second now. You're going to the... Are you in costume?
Yeah.
What were you dressed as?
You know those big dresses with the puffies underneath?
Yeah.
That was me.
What were you dressed as, Ian?
Well, she brought me over this costume with leotards and like, you know, like those things with puffy sleeves.
Oh, like a court jester.
And these little shoes with like bells on them.
Court jester, that's it.
Fortunately, I had other clothes because I knew. So we changed clothes and no problem.
Okay.
No big deal. And we went to a seafood restaurant. So we went out and had drinks on the terrace, and there was peanuts there. Well, you know how you're just supposed to have maybe 1 or 2 peanuts?
Not me, boy.
He ate 100.
Oh, well,
Wait. I was trying to, you know, get things going a little, so I was, you know, doing...
Figured peanuts would give you a little stuff.
No, I did a few peanut jokes, and she was just sitting there, and I don't know. I mean, like the dress she changed into was... Now, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but she, like, her bra straps kept falling out from underneath, you know?
But wait a second. No. Okay.
I don't know.
I have to say
You know, I'm
something.
not-
Well, the good part is 2 people sat down with us because they're big booths, and they said, "Can we join you?" Thank the Lord.
Thank God.
So the guy that was there was really cute.
Was he?
So I was, never mind him, I ended up flirting the whole time with him, and we exchanged numbers.
Okay. How did the date end at this point?
Well, after the couple got up and left, we decided to call it quits. So I brought him home, and on the freeway I had to keep the windows undone because he had cheap cologne on, too much. But
I thought she was trying to freeze me out of the car.
so I decided that I wasn't going to drop him off at home, and I would just drop him off to my nearest freeway exit.
What? You dropped this poor guy off at a freeway ramp?
I
Yeah,
knew I
but-
shouldn't have said I loved
Did you
walking.
walk home, Ian?
Yeah, about 10 blocks.
Oh, jeez. Well, it's time to see who the audience has picked for you guys, okay? Let's take a look, Charlene, and see who the audience has picked. He said, Joseph.
Joseph.
Now, you know how it works here. If you want to go out with Joseph, we'll be glad to pick up the tab.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Sure.
All right. Okay. Ian? Well, I'm really sorry I'm sorry, Ian, that things didn't work out for you on the date, but listen, we have a nice gift for you, and thank you for being on the show, and smile. Come on. There it is. Okay. Charlene, thank you. Hope you have a great time with your new date with Joseph.
Great.
We'll pick up the tab for that, okay?
Okay,
We have a
great.
nice gift for you as well.
Thank you.
We're going to come back with another couple in just a moment. Stay with us. All right, we're back. This time, let's meet a man who chose a date from our videotape library. He's a gourmet cook, says he picks up women in supermarkets. Please welcome David Koff. David, the obvious question, do you meet a lot of women in supermarkets?
Yeah, I would say supermarket's a very good place. Preferably looking sections, produce section. Honest, yeah.
You ever been married or you ever been close?
Never married close once.
Really?
The girl I dated, the funny thing was, whenever we'd go out to dinner, let's say a terrific place, there'd be a group laughing, and I'd say, or you know, a couple doing something real intimate, and I'd say, well, she'd say, do you know why those people are having such a good time? And, no, you know why? And she says, because they're married. That's why. So that's why I'm not. That's right. That's why I'm here.
Now that we know more about you, based on David's preferences, he was shown videotapes and questionnaires of 3 women. Now, we're going to show you a portion of those tapes he saw, and you in the audience, and you at home too, watch very closely, because we're going to ask you to pick the woman that you think is best for David. First, there was Diane. Now, Diane's from New York City. She calls herself an Italian bombshell, and here's the kind of men she dates.
The range of guy that asks me out is incredible. I get the short ones and the tall ones and the big ones and the skinny ones and the muscle ones that like to be able to pick up a petite girl and just fly her around. And then, of course, you get the divorced older man that, you know, they see a younger girl and drool down the cheek.
Next, there was Lynn. She likes amusement parks and sailing, and here's what she doesn't like.
What turns me off about a guy is either disgust with themselves, disgust with somebody else, anything disgusting, no, or just people that don't really care about themselves or about anybody else, or, you know, put people down, something like that. That really turns me off.
And finally, you watch Judy. Now, she was raised in Chicago, says she has an urban side and a rural side. And here's how she meets men.
Walking the street, walking my dog. I meet the most interesting people because, you know, people see me walking, and the dog is a natural way to strike up a conversation, and you meet on more real terms rather than on superficial, hey, baby, sitting in a bar stool kind of a thing.
David selected one of those women as his date, and before he tells us who he chose, we're going to show you all three women again. Okay, first there was Diane. Now, she's a credit card representative, and she's 29. And then there's Lynn, she's 25. She designs hats. Finally, Judy, who's 27 and works in public relations. Okay? Audience, time for you to use your voting machines. You met David. You've seen his choices. Who do you think's best for David? Here in the studio and at home, too. Please make your choice right now. We're going to find out who the audience chose later, but first let's find out who David chose, okay? David, who was it?
I chose Diane.
Okay, now, on Love Connections, we get both sides of the story, and we ask our couples not to speak to each other after their date, okay? Now, at first, we keep them apart so they'll be less inhibited about telling their story, and Diane's backstage. So let's say hello to Diane Stefanucci. Hi, Diane. How are you, Diane?
I'm fine.
Diane, what's your first impression of David?
No, David, I really like you, David. No, I had a little bit of a cheat going on because when he had called me, I said, gee, you've got the upper hand here. This is no fair. You've got the rundown, you've got the videotaping, I've got nothing. Give me a break. So he said, well, a girl at work told me that I look like a tall Richard Dreyfuss. So that kind of gave me an idea of who I was going to meet. So
huh?
David was not a shock to meet or anything. As a matter of fact, he's kind of cute.
Okay, David, this is where you tell us about the date. How did it go?
Okay, it started out very well. She showed up at my house. We went to San Diego to go sailing. She had a, if I can say, she's probably listening to everything, a very revealing outfit, a mini skirt and a short blouse that was nice. Turned out we went down there, and I told her that perhaps we should, you know, stay down. If we're going to be sailing, we'll have a full day the following day, and I'll find out what kind of accommodations we'd have. And she said, that's fine. She says, just as long as the room doesn't have bugs. And so I figured singular room, you know, I'm going to be in heaven. But,
David, remember my father's high blood pressure, David.
Well, listen, nothing happened in spite of me, okay?
Now, Diane, you've, let's say at this point of the date, part of the date, you've spent most of the afternoon with David, and you're down in San Diego now, and things are kind of rolling along. How do you feel?
We got along well. We enjoyed each other's company. We both were free to talk. We weren't inhibited in any way, which was nice.
David, you said we're not inhibited in any way, and David went, well, how did it end? Or are we ended yet?
Oh, we came back. My roommate liked her when she showed up, so we invited all of us and we went to dinner.
Nice, okay.
Yeah, that was
Went out and
it.
had dinner.
It was a nice, long date.
Okay, David, here's where the audience comes into
Okay.
play, okay? We're going to find out who they chose. Let's find out who the audience chose for you. 55% they chose Judy.
You're kidding.
No, well, no, would I kid you? They chose Judy. Now, if you want to take our audience's advice, we'll pick up the tab for the second date. We picked up this one.
No, I like my date. I'll,
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're going to stick with her, huh?
Yeah.
Well, let's bring her out. Come on out, honey. Nice, yeah. Listen, I want to thank thank you both very much for being on Love Connection and sharing your date. And I'm sure that your father's not going to be upset now. Even though he's high blood pressure. And we have a nice gift for you. And thank you again. Okay, we're going to take a break. And when we return, the audience is going to select a date for our next guest. We're going to come right back. We're going to do something a little different now. Our next guest was shown videotapes of 3 men. Rather than choosing her own date, she's agreed to let our audience decide who she should go out with. So let's meet her now. She's divorced after 39 years of marriage. She enjoys museums, opera, the ballet. Please welcome Sedell Shook. Hi, Sedell. Hi, Eddie. I'm terrific. Sit down. Find you a little end on my couch there. You comfortable?
Of course.
Good.
You're here.
Oh, how sweet. 39 years you were married.
That's
a
right.
long time. What happened?
You mean, why did I walk out?
Well, I guess that's a pretty good opening question.
Okay.
Sure. That's
I
better than
walked
mine.
out because of dishonesty on his part.
Oh.
No. It
No.
led to a terrific new life for me.
How do you like being single?
Oh, I love it.
Do you really?
I
Fidel, what kind of men do you like to date?
certainly do. Well, as far as height goes, from 2'2" to 7'7".
Big range, big range.
And I like something in the old noodle, or the young noodle.
Doesn't matter, age doesn't matter either.
No, 40 to 140 is okay, as long as they can dance and
still
sing
think.
and think. That's what I need.
What is this you have right here? Can I see it?
You certainly can. Get a little closer. You're so adorable.
Sedell,
Yes.
are you making a move on me?
Of course.
What do you like to do on your date?
Well, square dancing is a lot of fun. Walking at the beach holding hands.
Nice.
Or a few other things that I don't want to enumerate at this time.
Okie dokie. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to show you portions of the videotapes that Sedell saw, okay? Now remember, Sedell agreed to let the audience here decide which one she should date. So watch very carefully. The first, there's George. Now, George was raised in Minnesota. He loves the desert and thinks that people don't get together because they're too shy.
Well, it's kind of sad, really. You know, there are a lot of people out there and who want to get together. They don't know how, and I think the big reason is mistrust and a basic shyness on the part of a lot of people.
All right, then there's Duke. Now, he's from Missouri. He likes to sing and dance, and here's what he likes about women, he says.
I'm a leg and a breast man. I like a woman that looks like a woman, not like a man, what have you. If I see a lady that's well-dressed or has beautiful eyes or beautiful hair, I say, excuse me, I don't mean anything by this, but you have beautiful eyes. Before you know it, well, we're going out to dinner.
Okay, finally. Finally, there's Orrin. Now, he was raised in St. Louis, and he'd like to trade places with Paul Newman. And here's the first thing he notices about a woman.
I enjoy women who have a nice smile. That's the first thing that turns me on a woman. She has a nice smile. If she's affectionate, sincere, warm type individual, isn't a know-it-all or a negative individual. I don't like negative people. I don't like negative people, period.
Okay, audience, now before we show you who Seidel should go out with, before you tell us, let's take a look at all three again, okay? You understand what I'm saying? First, there was George. He's a 63-year-old landscape contractor. Then Duke, now he's a PhD in biogenetics, and he's 70. And finally, Orrin, he's a retired Treasury employee who's 63. All right, it's all up to you now. It's time to vote. You've met Sedell. You've seen her choices. Who do you think she should go out with? Here in the studio audience and at home, please make your choice right now, okay? Crossing all her fingers and everything. The audience has already voted. Now we're going to take a look and see who it is. Who is it? 87%. That's great. This guy sounds fascinating. A PhD in biophysics? Is that what it was?
Biogenetics.
Excuse me. us know how your date goes? You're going to come back and
course.
you're going to come back and tell us. I can't
Oh,
wait to see you again.
absolutely.
Well, folks, that's our show for today, and because we believe that romance needs all the help it can get, we're going to be back tomorrow with more singles trying to make a love connection. I'm Chuck Woolery, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Some guest on Love Connection will receive one of the following. Litton Microwave Cookware, featuring the 8-piece cook and serve set, which stacks compactly for storage. Plus 2-quart clay simmer pot from Litton. Or Uline Combo 19 Ice Maker with 2.1 cubic foot refrigerator. May produce 22 pounds of ice cubes daily using minimum energy. No drain needed. Or Univac's dual purpose quart unbreakable stainless steel thermos. Wide mouth for foods, narrow neck for beverages. Available with tote bags from Univac. Or a versatile, full-valued 106-channel public service scanner radio. Scan for the action with Regency. This is Rob Roddy, speaking for Love Connection.